And I cannot speak for you, but I can speak for myself. That championship does count, but its value is not nearly as high as other championships. And once again, I can see the argument for both sides, saying that championship was harder as well as easier. And in my opinion, it is no easier, and it is no harder to go down to Orlando and win a championship. Because of course, in reality, it wasn't that hard, and it was still basketball. In this case, it was actually easier. It is no easier.
Liar!
The reality about the NBA bubble, these guys had a 5-month break leading up to it. They were in a 5-star resort, completely deserted, had access to pools, rides, chefs 24/7, and really anything they could want at the drop of a hat. When I hear guys like Bam Adebayo talk about the NBA bubble, this is 100% a first world problem and a millionaire's problem. As for the average citizen in 2020, even now, not having your personal chef on standby 24/7 isn't some great horror that ruins your life.
No, come on, you're not an intellectual, you're a fake and a fraud.
And players who at this bubble, they were locked down in a Disney resort, which can sound pretty great, but after being there for 2 months, it does get very old. And most of those guys spent a lot of time in their rooms being bored out of their minds, and they were essentially locked down in a quarantine. So there were positives and negatives to the NBA bubble, and you can spin that however you want. And for this specific topic, I find myself not really choosing a side. I think I fall in the middle, and I'm pretty objective when it comes to the NBA bubble. Now looking at one side of the argument, some fans would say this championship ring has absolutely no value. It was a fake championship, and it's a bubble ring or a Mickey Mouse championship. Obviously, some of those people are trolling, but I think there's a large part of the NBA community that actually believes this championship has little to no value. So my point of view on this is pretty straightforward. I think every championship definitely has value. It takes grit, it takes toughness, and overall a lot of team effort to win a championship. So yes, in the overall sense, the bubble championship, it does count historically, and it should count in your mind. So my point of view on this is pretty straightforward. I think every championship definitely has value. It takes grit, it takes toughness, and overall a lot of team effort to win a championship. So yes, in the overall sense, the bubble championship, it does count historically, and it should count in your mind. And hearing guys like LeBron James, Bam Adebayo defend that championship, largely, it's hollow ramblings going on about nothing. Yeah man, it was so rough in that hotel, that 5-star resort. We had service on deck 24/7. It was a tough battle. Like I said earlier, this stuff is first world problems and problems for millionaires. We're locked down in a Disney resort, which can sound pretty great, but after being there for 2 months, it does get very old. And most of those guys spent a lot of time in their rooms being bored out of their minds, and they were essentially locked down in a quarantine.
I rest my case.
Forgive me, this needs all the context. Long story short, I make this video responding to that clown Jason dude, and as you can see, it says 6 days ago. So let me make this very clear. I have no idea if Uncut Hoops saw my video, but I find it a little strange that about maybe 3 or 4 days after I post my video, he makes the exact same video. So again, I have no idea if he knew, if he's trying to squash me as competition, or I have no idea. I really don't know. But just in case he did try to murder me as competition, I wanted to put this out because I am a huge fan of Uncut Hoops. I've shouted him out at least like 2 or 3 times in my videos, but this must be done. Let me make this very clear. If Uncut Hoops tries to murder me in response, he will easily find a lot of comments of me, giving him props and whatever over the years. For a multitude of reasons, that's why I'm doing this. Nobody will be spared. And I'm sure there's somebody out there that's going to try and kill me and, use my words against me. Hey, good luck. You never know. I don't know. Like, I know I've up a couple times, like, with bad wording. There's 2 things that come to mind for me. It's saying in this recent video, this Jason clown, I said Clyde Drexler, people were saying he was better than Michael Jordan. I meant to say after Jordan's first championship, they sure as hell weren't saying that after Jordan beat Drexler in the finals. Like, the wording's a little iffy. But I also, up in my very first video, the LeBron apologist for Jamal clutch report, I said Dennis Rodman, and then I named all of the other role players of the Bulls championship runs, and I said they're severe role players. I thought it was easily implied that Dennis Rodman is like the best role player ever, and this guy called me out in the comments, and I'm like, really, bro? You know damn well I didn't mean that, but that's my fault for not explaining it right. It is what it is. So, yeah, I have no idea what's going on. All I know is this completely derailed my momentum.
You break my record, now I break you.
And I'm sorry, Uncut Hoops, if you notice that I bit your style and jocked your style, I'm sorry, man. You inspired me to do this. I'm just trying to fight the good fight like you. I don't know. Again, I don't even know if this mofo saw my video. I don't know.
Coincidence? I think not!
I don't like how Uncut Hoops in his version of reacting to the Jason guy, how he essentially basically just called Joakim Noah and Roy Hibbert trash.
Then someone like Bynum, comparing him versus Ewing, it's a no contest. Bynum in his day, kind of a one-hit wonder, and a fake all-star, and a fake all-NBA player. As of course in the 2010s, the depth at center was pretty piss poor.
Second consecutive all-star game, Joakim Noah. Another two-time all-star, Roy Hibbert.
That shit is a two-pack of ass.
Andrew Bynum, what the hell is a fake all-star? So now the 2010s was trash? Like, come on, man. Andrew Bynum by himself was extremely talented. He was just a nut job and a head case. He at least showed his potential. I'm unsubscribing. I'm tired of this. Stop disrespecting NBA players. That's why I subscribe to guys like you, Uncut, and Johnny Arnett, and all these guys. You guys have taught me stuff. You guys are historians. Don't play that game. Johnny Arnett, I trust you. I hope you don't ever change. Stay exactly the same, bro. And the way you've been getting animated lately, I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of hilarious. But anyways, we'll see what the fallout is. Hey, you want to go to war? Good luck.
Do you want to go to war? Come on. Do you want to go to war? We'll take you to war, okay?
Just be prepared. I'm very petty, as you can see.
Just stop blogging, please. If not, at least while you still got a spot to keep. You used to be a role model to all these geeks. Even gangsters looked up to you like when a respected father speaks. See, the problem is to hip-hop, you are unique. That's why it also bothers me, because I feel like I'm putting my own dog to sleep. Watch it.
Three, shoots the two. Oh, and Shaquille O'Neal with the stuff over Andrew Bynum that Bynum will remember for the rest of his life. Oh, a spectacular move!
As always, thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you next time.